Hello and welcome to Needing a Meeting. My name is Carol. I will be your host today. I got in the studio with me right now, Ben.
Howdy, how you doing? How'd this fine day?
Doing?
Sorry, just doing some Johnny Scoville. I don't know why.
Uh-oh.
I get into trouble every time I do this.
Indeed. Okay, let's see. Doesn't look like we've got anybody in chat yet. Alrighty. Well, today is Friday. Oh dear, here we go.
Oh my, here comes trouble. Hi!
Hi. Nice to see y'all.
Good to see you too. Hey, Izzy. Well, since it's Friday, it's a free-for-all. We can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about.
I have something to talk about.
Excellent.
I'm going absolutely bonkers. I have some dogs, neighbor dogs that have been barking all day long, and it's really it's testing my patience.
Oh.
It usually doesn't bother me so much. Some days are better than others, but they don't bark as much as they've been barking today. I don't know why they're barking more today, but my nerves are being tested today.
I can actually hear them.
Yeah, I'll mute while you're talking so that you don't have to experience
Oh,
it.
it's okay. It's not bothering me. I mean,
Don't they
you guys
know who you are?
You guys listen to my roosters, you know. Hello, Jamie Palmer from the Lifeboat. Welcome. Hi, Mount Doshugal, Nan Nancy, Jen Marie. Good to see you guys. Happy that you're here. So yeah.
Did anybody ever get a phonetic spelling of that name?
Nope. I've been asking. One of these days. Makmirdoshugal is how I say it. Hey, Daphne's Creative Touch. Nice to see you. Welcome. So yeah, besides dogs barking, how's everything?
Well, everything's pretty good. Work's going good. Everything's good. I got a jury summons.
Oh no.
A federal jury summons.
Oh no.
Yeah. You got one too?
Oh.
I already filed mine away. I can't flash it, but I poured over it last night. Maybe that's kind of why my nerves are on edge, because I was like, kind of a little riled up about that, just trying to take care of it. But I filed a excuse. So I'm trying to get out of it because it would cause financial hardship. They want me to pay for a hotel and food and gas out of my pocket before they reimburse me. I'm like, I can't do that right now. That would cause financial hardship. So I filed an excuse, which is bittersweet. On one hand, it's like, all right, cool. But I would be open to doing jury duty, but it's like bittersweet, kind of on the heels of something I've been talking about. Like the recovering from my financial situation is something that I'm working on right now. And I wish that I could do it, in all honesty.
Really?
I kind of wish I could do it, but it makes me a little sad that I'm just not in a position to be able to front that right now.
Yeah, that's weird. So why would you have to travel? Because you're going to be sequestered or what?
It's 120 miles away. The courthouse that I would have to go to, and they would reimburse me for mileage, and they would pay for a hotel and for food and everything, but I have to pay for it out of pocket, and then they reimburse me after a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do in the meantime? Yep. Aha. Yes.
Matrix Rabbit. Hey, welcome. Good to see you.
I was going to say, I'll let
you're home, jumping in the shower. Yay, you're home. That's good news. That's great, Matrix. So glad you're doing okay, and that you're here and you're home and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that must be
so-
nice to not be in the hospital anymore, Matrix.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're out of there too.
Yeah, that's I've never been summoned for a federal case, but that's weird that you have to travel. I mean, that's just weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do in my case as well.
How far?
It's an hour. Actually, it's an hour to the courthouse, but that includes in-town driving. I want to say not as far as in your case, probably 50.
Oh man, that's right. For us, or the federal case anyways, if it's over 80 miles, they reimburse you for travel and all of that. And so that stinks. It sounds like is it the same in your case? If it's over 80 miles, they reimburse you?
I think so. I just read through a little bit because federal government. But no, I hit the excuse section and I'm using and actually I'm not using it as an because I was thinking about it. It's like, there's been a few federal cases. I would honestly be open to it, especially knowing what I know now about body language and things like that. But at the same time, I just can't guarantee I'll be able to hear them well.
Yeah,
Chances are I'll have my new hearing aids, but if something goes wrong or if they're held up or something, what?
Yeah, that's a valid reason.
It is.
Yeah, and if
Rip
it's a federal
Curl
case,
got some really hard news today. The young lady who runs the doggy daycare that I take Benny to for playtime has passed away. Haven't got the entire story yet, but something is hinky.
oh my God.
No.
Mm.
I'm so sorry, Rip Curl Readiness.
Yeah, that's hard.
Oh man.
That's really sad.
It was so odd. I ran into a trigger. I don't know if you would even call it a trigger. I was up in Tucson for the Spanxorama Ray thing, and when I was leaving, oh no, I'm lying. It was my hearing visit a little bit later. When I was leaving, I ran into a bumper sticker that said, "I know somebody who was murdered." And man, that just really hit me emotionally. And the thing is, I have nothing to. I don't get where that's coming from.
Yeah.
I mean, you can feel empathy for somebody, and like, oh man, you can feel sympathy for them. But yeah, that just really hit me hard to the point I was in tears. And it's like,
Hello, Jimmy Pickles Pepper TV. Thank you for being here. If the world had more love and guidance, things could be different for people. Yeah. Yeah. Love especially. But yeah. Well, golly, that's wow.
Yeah, that would be a hard thing to see, Ben.
okay, well, I'm glad it's not just me. I mean, I was thinking, okay. I'm glad I had validation.
Yeah.
That really,
that would hit pretty hard, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, it made me tear up a lot. And it was really kind of surprising. But yeah.
Jen Marie says, I got the concept of awareness, but seeing that would hit me hard as well, Ben.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there's Kristen Melinda. Oh my goodness. I love her shows.
I do too. the late shift, the graveyard shift. That's what they call third shift. Hi.
I don't understand when she sleeps. I don't think
right.
she does.
Right? Yeah. I would love to catch more of her shows, but it's too late for me.
Yeah. It is pretty late. Yeah. How are we doing today, Matrix Rabbit? Well, I'm doing okay. I've been kind of low energy today, but it's okay. I've been going hard for 7 days getting the house upside down. So that's been pretty amazing. But today I think it's catching up with me. I'm going live at 6 p.m. so y'all are calming me. Well, good, Jen. Hi, Nancy. Her boss, Rip Curl Readiness, her boss sent her with her boyfriend to a conference in Vegas for further education in that field. She was also full of life and loved her dogs that she looked over. Makes no sense. Yeah. Kristen Melinda says when her little man's a little bit more independent, I'll try to do stuff earlier.
You notice how she never answered when she sleeps? I think there's somebody else practicing the dark arts here. Although she isn't growing younger, she's just not sleeping. I'm just throwing it out there.
Or maybe she's got a clone.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yep. It's not like we're making this up.
Yeah, I can see where it wouldn't, Rip Curl.
Yeah, that's
golly.
Yeah.
It's always
I'm
it's
so
so hard to lose people unexpectedly.
Between 1 a.m. and 6 a.m.
Wow, 5 hours of sleep and
Ooh, I get a solid 5 hours a night.
Oh my gosh.
God bless you.
Yes. Wow.
Oh, go ahead, Carol.
No, go ahead.
I am curious. I feel better just having talked about it a little bit, just the nerves thing for me. Plus, I hope it's not TMI, but I am at that time of my cycle or approaching it. So it makes sense that I'd be a little bit on edge.
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear what y'all's perspective and people in the chat, everybody, what y'all's perspective is on nerves. Like when you're on edge, when things just seem to be, I mean, I could rattle, I know the answers. I know my answers that I would give if someone was experiencing nerves. I'm just so curious as to what y'all's response would be in terms of managing nerves and feeling on edge, because I cannot cut it with drugs and alcohol. So what's one to do?
You know, I mean, eventually I figured out that, freaking out is not helping me, and it's not helping anything. Doesn't mean I don't freak out still, but somehow or another, as I've gotten older, I can go for where 5 out of 5 things might set me on edge. Maybe now it's somewhere between 1 and 2 of the 5 things. And I think it just comes with riding those waves, here's one now, and working through it. And, the next one comes and, it's either breathe or react, and if you can remember to breathe, that's a beautiful thing.
I for one wind up doing the breathing a whole lot. Also I do a little bit of what Kristen is talking about. Try to get outside and just expend some energy.
Yeah.
I'm still dealing with atrophy, but it's coming back. But do that, and I know, and I was giving that a lot of thought, and like I try to remember who I discussed it with. I think it was here and on Tara's Discord, where earlier that day when I was on both of them, I had an instance where people at work had a meeting, and there was something magical about it. It must have hit, the stars must have aligned. They hit the special button that you have, and it's like, I find talking helps, because that really helped me. Just even if it's just sewage of the mouth, is bleh, and it's like, okay, at least I got it out there.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I find that I talk through. I talk to myself a lot because I'm by myself around here a lot. Just and the animals are around, so I can kind of almost pretend I'm talking to them. But yeah, just talking my way through a thing also helps. Oh, okay, that's happening. I'll even do a play-by-play.
Dog number 1 is barking. Dog number 3 is barking. Dog number 4, dog number 2. Dog number 3 is barking. Now it's number 1. They actually seem to be quiet right now, so I'm thankful for that. Maybe they're not done.
Maybe you can have an imaginary conversation imagine what they might be saying and talk back to them.
I have checked that box. We have had a conversation. I think the breath thing resonates with me because I don't think I've been paying attention to my breathing this morning.
For me, nerves are usually an unmet need. Rest, food, shower, quiet, connect, move. I go down the list and usually something dings. Love that. Kristen Melinda said, "Oh, I'm a bundle of nerves so much of the time. I have to move my body. I have to walk, run, something like that. Call me Matrix Rabbit. I don't have a 5. I got a 3. I contact them when I'm freaking out or on edge. I need to talk to myself," says A. Kenneth. "I also spend a lot of time alone." Yeah. It helps when someone's not around to think you're crazy. The only other person to be around already knows I'm crazy, so.
I don't think you're crazy. Hey, Carol, could you do me a humongous favor, pretty please?
Sure.
Matrix Rabbit is looking for access to the Discord meeting. Could you type my email in and then Matrix, call me Matrix, nice new name, Matrix. If you email me at the email address that Carol's inputting, it's tarasmiling@yahoo.com. I will send you a link to the Discord.
Nice.
You just click that link, download Discord. You might have to click the link again after you download Discord if you don't already have it. But I'll send you the link. Thank you so much, Carol.
You're welcome. Yeah, my pig has been trying my nerve thing lately. I've been shutting since it's the boy goats over here, I don't leave the barn door open. Normally, he used to be able to come in and get cozy in the hay, waiting for his food. And now he can't do that. So he takes to ramming the door.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He's a little bully pig.
Oh yeah, he's a big time bully. He's sweet, but he bowls over everybody and everything when he's got something in his sights that he wants.
Man, your animals all have a lot of character on those. Wow.
It's true. It is true. My dogs get an earful also, Shannon Smith.
You're not eating Vicky, are you? Oh, okay. Good.
No, this is yogurt.
Okay,
I'm just eating yogurt. Okay. I wouldn't eat Vicky raw. No, I sometimes dip my finger in Vicky. The person who taught me how to make sourdough taught me that it's a really good source of probiotics if you just dip your finger in and have a little bit. But too much of it would not be a good thing. Like I wouldn't do this. But I only put like this much yogurt in here.
Oh.
What do you mix with your yogurt again?
I just have, this is vanilla brown cow yogurt straight up. And then I also made some oatmeal. I put.
Your oatmeal. One of these times I want to get your recipe for your oatmeal.
Totally. Yeah, totally. I'd be happy to share that with you. I can email it to you.
Thank you.
You are welcome. I'm going to write it down so I remember.
Sorry, call me. So are you going to explain to all of us the name change, or just Tara on the Discord, Matrix Rabbit?
Yeah, I want to know too.
Yeah, I'm curious now. Well, yeah. So that's been a test of my patience.
Hmm.
I kind of he rams and I kind of kick the door back, trying to say no, but he doesn't listen. And when I start opening the door, he'll push it, help me push it open with his snout a lot of times. It's like, pushy little thing, aren't you?
I hear somebody in the background.
It's the dogs.
It's still the dogs. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it might have been one of her. I thought it might have been a rooster, but
Oh, maybe it's both. Maybe they're singing in tandem.
Okay, planning on going on when I get out of the shower. Excellent. Okay. Cool. Yay. That'll be great.
I'm looking forward to hearing what happened with that. I like it.
I like it too. Sorry for the work talk, but my flight has been delayed for at least 3 hours and no AC on plane in Miami.
No AC? What? Is it a Boeing?
Miami. Ooh.
that sounds
How can they have a plane without AC?
It's probably a Boeing plane.
Boeings don't have AC?
You hear about all the stuff going on with Boeing? I just heard from a friend. I just got the memo on all the Boeing plane recalls. So apparently Boeing has been cutting corners with their engineers, working them to the bone tirelessly, not giving them enough rest or time off. And they've been cutting a lot of corners technically with planes. And there have been a lot of recalls because planes were having to emergency land and crash. And hasn't been a good situation. So I have a friend who is trying to book a flight right now, will not book with Boeing, only book with Airbus or something else.
Wow.
So that's why it makes me
aren't
ask.
Most of the commercial planes Boeing?
Yeah. So
wow.
a lot of Boeing, like a lot of the flights that are normally Boeing planes are Airbus right now because there's been so many recalls with Boeing.
I wonder if the FAA is getting involved in a heavy duty investigation. If they're not, they ought to be.
I believe they are. I could be wrong on that. I think my friend told me that. Yeah.
Mickey D's also another big one, but yeah, Boeing's. Wow, so they're all going to scare bus. Wow. I shouldn't use that term. Never mind.
Great.
It's just a nickname.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
that is weird that they don't have AC. That's just weird.
AC is broken. Oh. Wow. Dealing with the stuff they deal with. Can you imagine being stuck with some grouchy so-and-so and then not having AC on? Wow.
Ooh.
My nerves would be shot today. I would not be able to hang. Kudos to you, Shannon Smith. What kind of plane are you on, if I can ask? I hope that's okay.
Oh my God. I guess this is part of that whole thing. 2 whistleblowers have been turned up deceased under mysterious circumstances.
Yeah. I didn't know it was 2. I only knew about 1.
Oy vey.
Yeah, it's super
real.
Unsettling. Very unsettling.
Very. Oh my God. Hey, Cosmic. How are you?
Hello. Oh, yeah. I'm alone for the first time.
Oh.
Have you talked to your son much?
Yeah, he panicked yesterday because he was supposed to do this thing for his job network, and so he was like, "Oh, I effed up," and I was like, I went and had a look. I'm like, "No, you didn't. Just calm down." But I did it a lot nicer than that. I just said, "No, he didn't mess up. Just take some time and go back and have a bit of a read." So yeah, no, he's all good. He's having fun down there. My sister's really happy. She really wants me to move there now. So,
Okay.
yeah. But I'm sort of, like
What
I
do you
said, I just
think?
sort of want him to have some time without me. Otherwise, it's not going to feel like much of a change for him. You know, I feel like
Yeah.
it needs to be a little bit exciting. His first proper moving out of home by himself type thing. So I
Yeah.
just feel like if I go down there now, it'll just be like same old, won't be as not. I don't know. I just like new things myself, so I just want him to have that experience as well.
Yeah. Well,
Hey everyone, Jean Marie.
yes, Jen Marie is here. So, this Matrix Rabbit said the second one happened a little bit ago. So it just happened. And Jen
Well,
Marie
the
says,
first one,
good to see your face. The first one,
the
what?
first Willow, the first whistleblower, he was giving his deposition or something, I think, there's some inquiry going over there into Boeing at the moment because they were looking into it. So he was giving his information to it, and then he was going to go back and do another night, but he was found in his car in between. So, because he went home sick early, and then he was found in his car, apparently, by owning it. So it's a bit sus. And then the second one, I think the second one died of pneumonia or something. So I'm not sure if they can. I don't know. I'm not sure if they can do that. So if they can give someone pneumonia, that's pretty wild. But yeah, I just think that might have been a bit of a coincidence. But the first one's a bit, yeah. And I would try Boeing. And there was just an accident, not an accident. There was high turbulence in a 777, and it dropped, and one person died. There's people who need back spinal surgery and all that sort of stuff now.
Oh my God.
Toilet when it happened. This is why you should always wear your seatbelt. Even when the light comes off, we'll always wear your seatbelt because apparently turbulence is going to happen more now because of the wild weather stuff. So yeah, so I was just it's like just so everyone's safe, always wear your seatbelt because it's not the first time it's happened. There was another time when in Australia, it was a Qantas plane, and Qantas has got the best safety record out, and that dropped too all of a sudden.
Wow.
But that was apparently due to the Boeing thing that they changed. There was something on the new planes, so they didn't have to train everyone. They did something computer-wise, so the pilots would try and go up, and it would keep correcting them or something, and they ended up going down. So that's a major fault that they're actually trying to fix now. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it's pretty crazy. So I'd go with the airliners too.
So is the 737 affected? Because Shannon's on a 737.
I don't know which planes are affected, but I just probably would personally.
It's
This
Boeing,
is just me personally. I would not fly on a Boeing airplane right now.
Well, especially I think there's certain countries that have higher standards as far as checking over things. So I think those sort of countries probably going to be okay generally, but it's getting to the point where even in those countries that the standards aren't there. And if the aircon's not working, it might be because it's something wrong with the engine, because aircon only works in the plane when it's turned on. So.
And I want to apologize, Shannon. I'm not saying that to. I hope it doesn't make you uncomfortable or anything. It's just my perspective is how I feel.
Yeah, well, there's like I said, it's not really happening so much in America. It's lots of other countries where they've got lower standards as far as safety standards. So,
well, that's good to know. That's comforting, and I am glad to hear Shannon is safe. But she's got no AC, and that makes me upset for her.
Yeah,
I know.
Sucks.
It's windy here, and I'm still sitting in front of the aircon. So
this has nothing to do with anything. I still like the toilets in aircraft, especially the big ones. My God, I've lost thoughts down those things. You're flushing. Whoa. Sorry.
Oh, man.
They're very scary. They're a little bit like trains. Train toilets do the same thing. It's like, where did it go?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That stuff doesn't just get dispersed into the atmosphere, does it?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. It's probably got a
tank of some kind.
Gray water tank or something, waste tank. Not gray water,
You
but
can sort of see it
tank.
when they put a hose up to the plane. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, thank God.
Yeah, really.
They used, on trains, they used to just put it on the track because you weren't allowed to use the train toilets at stations. So,
Okay, Shannon prefers Boeing. Okay, right on. That's good to know that that's a preference of yours.
Yeah.
That makes me feel a little bit better because I might be flying sometime soon also.
so I was about to say I prefer walking, but I fell over the other day, so that's not even safe for me.
Oh, yeah. Do you have to have a real ID to fly now, or is that going into effect later on?
Good question.
An ID?
I think
real
It's called a real ID. It's a federal ID. It turns your ID into a federal ID.
Yeah, you have to have like your birth certificate, your social security card, I think 2 pieces of mail with your address on them. I think that's it. But yeah, it's just a pain in the butt more than anything. I think at least Arizona, they aren't quite enacting it yet. So if we're not, chances are other states, you don't need them yet. Maybe.
Which do you, I wonder if there's a list of which states it is where you don't need them.
Fly. Boom. No. The short answer is no. You do not need real ID to fly in 2024. But there is still a deadline in place. Interesting.
Is it 2025?
I think so. Adult passengers 18
right.
and older must show valid identification at the airport checkpoint beginning May 7th, 2025. If you plan to use a state issued or license to fly within. Yeah, I think, real ID in 2025, May. So that's good to know because, because I don't have one.
It's required in Michigan, but
Wow.
I have an enhanced license that allows me to land and sea travel to other countries. Okay, cool.
That's cool.
That is very cool.
That was thehill.com that said that. So that was. Yeah. Real Light Homeland Security also says May 7th, 2025. But maybe some states are jumping on the bandwagon first. Who knows?
I know in Arkansas we have a deadline of May something of 25. And I've been wondering, like, okay, well, if that's the deadline, what happens if you get it after the deadline?
Oh, you just couldn't fly until.
Cannot fly,
okay.
Yeah.
No wings for you.
Hi, La Chameleon. Good to see you. Long time no see. I'm happy to see you. I don't mean to fly, just all licenses have to be changed over. Okay. That was Jen Marie A. Kenneth. Well, that's why I had to get a long form birth certificate to renew my license. Okay. Yeah, I just renewed my license and they didn't make me do all that stuff. So yeah. When my husband went to go get his driver's license, they made him do it.
Sorry, I thought I had my on silent.
It's okay.
But we don't have real ID or anything here. I just looked it up. We got this thing called True ID with our visas, but I don't think we need it here. So that's because I was like, oh my god, do I have to get something? But no, we just use our license, I think, or some form of. We can provide up to 100 points of ID, and I think a license is like 40, something like that.
Okay.
I love that go ahead.
Shannon made a good point. That's a good reminder for me. She said, just get a passport. And I need to renew my passport. Thank you for the reminder, Shannon. But I have so many other things I need to take care of first. My car needs an alignment. I feel like that's actually more important than a passport.
Yes.
Yeah.
The longer you leave it, the more it costs, because you need
Yeah.
wheels too, tires anyway. But yeah, I've got so much on my car I got to sort out because we couldn't even drive it down to Sydney. I had to borrow another car, and there were no brakes on the way home. We had to nurse it all the way home. It was like 800 or something kilometers, something home. Yeah, so it's a bit
I haven't heard
dodgy.
of brakes going out in a long time. That's scary.
That is scary.
It
Brakes
was
are
the
expensive.
front. Yeah, it was the front passenger's brake. No, front driver's brake, and it just kept getting stuck on. Got all the way to my house, and I'm like, I can smell brake fluid. And because it was stuck on by the time I got to my house, it wouldn't turn off, and it's just leaking all the fluid. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So but it was good because it seems because Mel has the worst luck with cars. Like she's had an accident in my car. She's had an accident with my car. 2 accidents is like, within a few days in my car. The second one, my car was on the back on a trailer, and something happened, and they had to go off the road, and they got out of the car and was all panicking, and I was just like, "Don't worry about it. My car's fine. It's just a car. As long as they're all right, it's just a car." But she has the worst luck. But if I'm in the car, it doesn't ever seem to break down until we get places. I'm like a good luck troll doll or something. Just rub your hair. We'll get there. Yeah.
I'd love to join you all soon on a live again, unless you've changed your format. Nope, I have not changed it. It is. You are welcome to join us right on up in here.
Hi, Misha.
I will put the link.
So I thought because I don't know how long my flatmate, housemate, whatever, is not going to be here for, so I wanted to have a bit of a chat.
Okay.
My therapist actually thinks that I need to get rid of him as well because he's dangerous for me.
Yes.
Because he's figured out that I don't know how to say no. Like I know how to say no. I just don't seem to have the ability, and it's really quite frustrating for me because I thought being aware of, that lack of ability, it would make it easier to actually, maybe have that ability. Like because I'm aware that I'm feeling it within myself that I can't say no. So it's like, why can't I just walk away or do something? And it's just like I can't. It's just something within me that I just can't seem to change. So I need to remove myself from people who take advantage of that, I think. Yeah. And that's what's happening. Taking full advantage. Yeah. And because I'm alone now, there's no one here to, like Jaden was kind of like my shield. And now he's gone, and it's gotten so much worse already.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So what did your therapy say your best strategy would be in this?
To do whatever I'm comfortable with at first until it gets to the point where I can know I can't deal, because he knows that I need to. I'm a pressure cooker type thing. It takes a little bit for things to build up until I can, find the strength and the bravery to explode. And I'm pretty close, I think. And I'm worried that if I explode this time, it's going to be, pressure cooker exploding is never a good thing. So, yeah, I'm kind of worried. I don't actually know what to do, but I have asked Mel that if I need her to come and help me get rid of him, and she's full of. She's been ready to do that for ages.
Oh, good.
Right on. Good.
She's just been waiting for me to say it. Because there's a consent thing going on there, and if it's not enthusiastic consent from the beginning, if you have to get talked into something, it's not consent.
That's right.
Which I only I didn't know that.
That's right.
I thought once he
Jen Marie will come and help you get rid of him. I know you will, Jen.
Come on over.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was something that I didn't know really. You see it all the time.
Really?
all this. Yeah, no, I just thought once you say yes, that's it. That's consent. And it's technically not consent.
That's true.
So
It's been
just everyone, yeah,
it
yeah,
is not.
yeah. And that goes with everything. So, hey, Becca.
Hello. I'm good. It was an insane day, but I had to come in and say hi.
Right on.
And I watched a really cool YouTube video that had some very interesting things in it that has maybe given me some hope. But it's
Good.
not. It's more important. Christy's stuff is more
Oh
important.
no, share the video. Can you put the video in the Facebook group? Because I love watching anything. Because if it helps you, it could probably help any one of us. So I'd like to watch it. And
Right on.
I really just wanted to say that because I've also my sobriety date has to start again.
What can we do to help you?
Yeah.
You are ready.
Hi, Lucky
I'm proud
Million.
of you.
Hey.
I'm proud of you, Christy.
I am too.
Thank you.
There. Did your therapist give you any idea on how you can overcome the saying no thing?
No, we've been working on it for more than a year.
Okay.
It may just be something that is a fundamental flaw in me that I can't change. There's certain things people just can't change about themselves, you know.
Yeah.
And this might be it, and I just need to take myself out of the situation.
I wouldn't
I
call
don't
it
know
a
if
flaw,
this
though.
is. I don't know
We
if
all
this
have
is.
things we're not as good at, but I don't know that I would call it a flaw. Because I love you just the way you are.
Same. I'm in that club too.
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's just really hard, you know, because when
Yeah.
I say we've worked out why. It's when I say no, people leave my life.
Oh. It's an abandonment thing.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
my mum just disowned me on the weekend. I think I told you yesterday.
Your mom?
Yeah, my birth mother. Oh, every time she gets a bit
Really?
mad, she disowns me. So it's nothing new. But it's like I was just trying to say, please, can we just hear me this once? Just listen, hear me, so that
Right.
we can move on from this. Because if you don't hear me, I can't move on.
Yeah.
And she couldn't hear me. She didn't want to hear me. So once again, I enforce a boundary, and it's just they leave my life, you know.
Well,
So
this person leaving your life would be a good thing.
Yeah.
yeah. So
A
I've
very
even
good
come to
thing.
terms with the fact. That you know, I'm gonna have to just let Mia go because she's not mine. She's not my responsibility, and
Yeah.
it's up to everybody in her life to make sure that it's okay.
Yeah.
And I have to worry about myself. And
That's right.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
And also, in terms of what you said about starting over, I don't think that's necessary personally. It's just my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. But I think you've done a lot of hard work to get to where you're at, and that
Yeah.
deserves to be honored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
Thank
some
you.
ones
Thank you so
going up
much
for
for your
you,
support.
Cosmic. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate it. And that's why this is such an important, you're all really, really important to me because there's so much I can't tell people in my life. And
Aw.
this is a safe space. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Own your space,
So anyway,
babe.
moving right along.
La Chameleon, how are you? How are you doing?
Oh no, are you on mute? I think you're on mute.
Might be on mute. Is your microphone? Does it have an X, like a line through it? I have you turned up here. I can't hear you. Shoot. So the microphone is okay. Has no line through it.
Hey guys,
God. Hey,
I look a little different.
I'd say.
Well, this is me when I'm not in pain and I'm all put together.
That
And we
is
got me
amazing. I'm
copper
glad you're
in.
not in pain.
And I got new glasses.
Nice.
So, and I was talking to my son in the hospital. He's gonna come see me because he's in Pennsylvania.
Aw, that's so
Good.
exciting.
That is so good. I'm so
I've
happy
not
for
seen
you.
him in a very, very long time. Very excited and very scared.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
How long has it been?
So you want? He was 9 and now he's 24.
Oh
Oh,
my
wow.
goodness.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's a big
messed
deal.
up. I was messed up for a long time.
Wow.
I didn't feel like I was good for my kid, so I stayed away.
Makes
Oh,
sense. That makes
But
sense.
I mean, I was making a lot of bad decisions, so it is what it is.
yeah.
So,
Well,
yep.
I'm
This is
so
me, though.
happy that he's. Yay! Thank you for letting us see you. I love seeing new faces.
Yeah.
Well,
it is nice to see your face.
Since I'm talking to my son and everything, I probably will go on camera more. So you
Right
guys
on.
want to know about the name change?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I wasn't doing any resin on my channel, and I was just talking about me anyway. So I'm gonna do a resin channel and probably a base channel too. But yeah, call me Matrix is because I mean that's one, that's what everybody calls me, and two, I'm just talking about myself. So why not call me Matrix Rabbit?
I like
So
it.
do you mind if I call you Matrix sometimes?
You can call me Matrix. You can call me Matrix Rabbit. You can call me Todd.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Okay.
I tend to call people by their screen names because I'm terrible with names. I forgot my kids' names. They were like Bill and Bob for ages. So, and I named them.
And Cosmic, if you have trouble saying no to this person, put me on camera. I'll do it.
That's so thoughtful.
I just gotta call someone. Wait.
You put me on, and I'll be
Okay.
like, no.
Can you do that for me too, Matrix, if that ever comes up?
Call me. I got no problems telling people no. You just tell me
Right
the
on.
reason why, and that's it. Done deal.
Right on. Thank you.
Some of us are
Wow,
not
you
as good with no.
Yeah, Izzy knew I was gonna do this because I told her. So she's one of the three. So,
Right on.
but
It's
I
good to see your
am
face.
gonna email you, Tara, because I do want to come to your Discord meeting.
Awesome. Yeah, the more the merrier. And the invitation is for everybody.
I value your insights on stuff.
Aw.
You're very well put together.
Some days are better than others. I do not feel put together today, but I appreciate the comment and I will receive that.
Well, I told Carol the same thing. What you guys do is special, so
Thank you.
good deal. How you doing there, St. Mitts?
Where did Chameleon go?
Where did Chameleon go? She's a chameleon. We can't see her.
Nothing. Yeah. Johnny is
Having those things again.
So
Johnny-
you guys shocked a little bit?
Johnny is an evil man.
What happened?
That out there. Nothing. I okay.
Oh, my
Oh, the peanut. Oh,
And
the
the last time you
peanut.
guys saw me, my beard was down to here. So,
What made you cut it off?
I feel good.
Oh,
Mm.
wait, you feel good, so you cut it off, or you wanted to feel good, so you cut it off?
I cut it off bit one because I just got back from the hospital and I've been wanting to cut it off for like a month, but I just couldn't do it. I was when I say I was in pain all the time, I mean I have a sciatic nerve that runs down the back of my leg and goes to my heel, and that was inflamed all the time. I finally got some help with it, and I
Really
feel so much better.
good.
I haven't felt this good in months, like at least 6 months.
Yay!
Yay!
So
That's
this is
fantastic.
because I'm out of pain and I feel good,
That
real
is
good.
so. I'm so happy for you, Matrix.
And I got
Same.
so many changes that happened in 4 days that I just, especially my son. I've been talking to him for the last
Yeah.
2 days, and
Oh,
he's forgiven me for staying away.
Aw.
And you figured out
oh.
it wasn't him, it was me, but it took him a while.
Mm.
Yeah.
But the one thing I didn't get with my dad was closure before he died, because he went in for surgery and never came home.
Mm.
We weren't close, so
Mm.
it wasn't that big of a loss for me. Because I mean, in my whole life, after I stopped living with my dad, I heard from him maybe 10 times in 30 years. So, and when I did see
I
him, he
think
didn't
some
want to talk
people
about it.
just don't seem to have the parent inclination, like my mum.
Yeah, some
Like,
people don't have it.
yeah, because
Mhm.
as I said to her, I was driving away from my kid, realizing that I don't have anyone on the planet who loves me like I love my kids. Not one single person.
Oh, Cosmic.
So
Well, I love you.
that's okay. No, thanks.
I love you,
But there's a
Cosmic.
special, thank you. I love all of you.
I
But
also love you.
Me
I
too.
think Cosmic. I think you're great. I really do.
I do too.
You're funny.
You're
You're
fantastic.
funny, and when you give advice, it's sound advice. So
Yeah,
thank
very true.
when you
yeah,
when you
I
struggle,
was just
I think we all kind of struggle with it because we love you so much.
Mm-hmm. Well said.
and that's why this place is so important for me because I love you guys so much too.
Yeah, our little group here is very, very important to me. Each and every one of you. I mean, the people
What?
in the chat, the people on. I need this because without
I
this, I
just
don't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Wow.
this is I interact with you guys more than I do most other people in my life. But I just wanted to say to Shannon, someone tracked you down
Yeah.
on Facebook. What?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very
that's Tara.
scary. That is very
That's
scary.
not okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Whoa. Boundaries much?
Right.
Whoa.
right?
Yeah.
Sorry,
And to
Shannon.
and to take time out of your day to do that, it's like, oh,
yeah.
that's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Sorry, Shannon. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I am too.
Did you
Yeah.
block
you
them? What did
okay?
you do, Shannon? Yeah,
Yeah,
and
what
are
did
you okay?
Ben, are you okay? Yeah. Yeah, you.
yeah,
Bacon bits.
yeah. My gut will survive.
Did you do the tincture?
Oh no, I just did more nuts. I could do a tincture and probably let's find
The
out.
last one didn't go so well, man.
You're gonna do tink on top of peanuts?
Oh, there, yep.
What kind of glutton for punishment are you?
I was going to say masochist, but same thing.
Tomato.
Yeah.
Thanks, Misha. Yeah, no, I just saw Ben. He's sitting there and he's just going. I'm like, you okay, buddy? I didn't know he's eating hot peanuts.
It's all fine. Perfectly
And now I
fine.
did the take on top of it.
It's all good. Perfectly fine.
Right,
goodness.
right.
Yeah, you know, in the movies when they're like, "It's okay, we're good." Yeah, that's how it sounds.
Yoda Lord.
My oatmeal's not spicy at all.
Oh no.
I think the oatmeal is like
You want me to
opposite of
send you some
spicy.
sriracha?
You know what? I went out for lunch with a friend for burritos last week, and I ordered it spicy. I got a spicy, I don't know, some spicy burrito. I can't remember what it was called, but it was delicious. It wasn't that spicy. I haven't been eating spicy food in a long time, but y'all inspired me, and it was actually really good. It was not spicy like what Ben is putting himself through right now.
Well, I don't know why Ben puts himself through this. I really don't.
It's prep
He
for
must have known
wins.
Chris was going to be here today.
I'll
Are
tell
you
you one
doing this
thing.
because of Chris?
Maybe. God.
That's funny. Okay, I'm sorry. That's funny.
Actually, the whole reason why I'm doing this is it gave me something to aim for, something small. Because having all these lofty goals, it's like, okay, that's all well and good, but they're months and months in the future. I wanted something small. The whole project was to give me the ability to go down to the place in town here where I got atomic wings. I told the guy, "Give me hot wings." He's like, "Yeah." I said, "No, give me hot wings." He's kind of rolling his eyes, like, because they're used to tourists. I get it. I say, "No, give me hot wings, really hot." And I was like, "Fine, give me the hottest wings you can." "Are you sure?" Like, "Yeah, I'm sure." And yeah, they kind of burned the snot out of me. So
Literally.
Literally, yeah.
So I'm doing this so I can go back down there and yeah.
So you want to prove yourself to the guy?
I'm
I get it, man.
Yeah,
I do get it.
Yeah, all the pain is just to see him, and he'll probably never remember me, but
But you remember him, so that's the important part.
yeah.
But think of all the other amazing spicy foods you can now handle.
That's
I will
true.
say this much. Yeah, the other place in town, I had their hottest wings. It's like, are these even hot? It's like,
Everybody's blaming Chris.
Well, yeah.
No, I'm looking at chat and it's Chris's fault.
You know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I accept that.
Ben Big Boy Pants Turner.
Oh my goodness.
This is why I love it here. We laugh, we cry.
All within a span of 60 seconds, too.
Yeah.
Especially
or 60
me.
minutes.
I laugh while crying.
Yeah.
Me too sometimes.
One more.
The spicy spicer.
How many have you had
got
today?
left?
Good question.
Yeah, go easy, dude.
Or
Are you sure you want to do another one?
5.
Just did?
Too late now.
Yep.
He's committed.
Oh yeah, he is.
Well, what do you guys have planned for Memorial Day weekend?
See
Gut
the kitty?
surgery.
Oh, kitty.
A kitty. That's my kitty.
Oh,
Very cute kitty.
gorgeous.
She misses me.
Give her
She's missed
kisses
me,
for me.
so.
Oh, she did. Yeah. Well, you look healthy.
Who?
You, Todd.
Ooh.
Me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
You look
you.
healthy. Yeah, you got
I
good
feel
color in
healthy.
your face, and yeah, I like it.
Well, I'm making changes, and
Right on.
changes are making me. So
Right
I
on.
never thought I would see my son again. So it's
Aw.
Wow.
Well, I have
That
a
is
daughter
just
too that I haven't seen in the same amount of time, so and I
okay.
know she dislikes me intensely,
Oh,
and I don't blame her. So I can't blame her for it. I did the same thing that I did the one thing I said I'd never do. Same thing my dad did to me. So
mm,
but I'm forgiving myself for it.
yes.
Hey
I'm glad.
Ben, there's this drink that they have over in India with yogurt in it.
A lassi.
A
Yeah,
lassie.
you should learn how to make that so when you do the things like this, it takes the fire right out of it.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Or just do
So
regular milk.
thank you
But
for
then
the
what's
name, Tara.
you of course, but then what's the point if you're gonna diffuse it right away? What's the point?
Thanks,
Oh,
Izzy.
all right, with
Very kind.
Yes.
Hello,
Crystal, how are
Crystal.
you? You
Hey,
okay?
hey, Crystal.
Oh no.
Sorry.
It's okay. What's going
We're
on?
here.
I've just been signed off for a month at work.
Okay.
So,
It got that bad, huh?
yeah.
Oh, I'm
Sorry
so
I'm so
sorry.
shaky. I don't have
It's
my
okay. It's okay.
computer set up.
Yeah.
Is work going to do anything for you?
I don't know.
Well, if they don't help you, then you need to find something else because that's just a hostile work environment.
I've only been able to talk to my boss this week pretty much just through text. I was supposed to sit down with him today, but I let him know on Wednesday that I wouldn't be there today because of appointments.
Okay.
And when we were done at the doctor's, I took a picture of the letter and sent it to him. He hasn't acknowledged it or anything. I know I'm going to have to phone him or message him or something to find out what to do next.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'm sorry that you got to that point. I'm so sorry.
Same.
Same.
I wish it hadn't have gotten to that point, but
Yeah.
part of me just wanted to say to Arun that how many times does someone who's being abusive, how many times do they actually abuse somebody in front of others?
Right. Right. Yeah.
Because their big thing is, oh well, I need proof.
Most abusers don't do it in front of other people.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And
And the ones that do, they earn a special place in hell.
on Tuesday, I had talked with Arun, our store manager, and he had said he would talk to this guy again, and he told me that like the lady who was supposed to do the like he's just back from holidays this week, and store manager, and he said that they had to talk to this guy, and around 1 o'clock, like I leave at 1:30, and around 1 o'clock I was putting some stuff out, and this guy came down the aisle that I was in, and I tried to get out of there as fast as I could with my cart, and as I went past, he hit my cart, and then he says, now look what you made me do. And so right away, I went a couple aisles over and did a few deep breaths, finished putting the last couple of things away, and headed to the back. I messaged my store manager what had just happened, and I said, I'm leaving. And I saw our store manager as I was getting ready to leave, and I said, I just sent you a message. And I said, I'm leaving. And that was kind of what got me to the point where I have to take the next step for my own sanity. And so I told him via messenger or text message on Wednesday that if nothing changed and if this wasn't dealt with, I was going to my doctor and getting signed off, then going through Workers' Compensation Board. And I don't think now I'll be able to go through workers' compensation because of it being so difficult to, and that's what my doctor said. We'll start with one thing and go from there. The response that he gave me when I said that, he says, I've already talked with Jay and I need to sit down and talk to you. And I told him that later on that day, later on Wednesday, I was working down a different aisle, one that was off the beaten path. And he came down that aisle that I was working in, and I booted my butt out of there so fast and went down the next aisle and all the way down it and came back up the aisle I was working in to finish.
Can I ask you a question, Crystal?
Yeah.
Is this a guy that you can just tell him to back off if you stand up to him? I mean, just make a scene, yell and scream at him.
Yeah.
One thing about bullies is that if you stand up to them, usually they'll back off because they know
Especially
you're not
if
going to take it.
really loud, especially if everybody can hear and puts him on the spot, makes him the uncomfortable one. Make him the uncomfortable one.
I don't know if you can do that. I'm just saying it as a suggestion. If you can, that's what I would do. Because nobody should make you feel like this. It's wrong. I don't like seeing you cry.
I don't either.
It makes me mad when other people make you cry. Really, it does.
Yeah.
Our group is tight, so.
I wish I could do something like that, but if I were, I would be the one that would get in trouble for yelling.
Okay, well, like I said, I'm just trying to help, figure out a way that you can, stop feeling like this.
Expose him for the bully he is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what needs to happen. He needs to be exposed for the bully he is.
And if he puts his hands on you, that's assault. You do know that, right?
That was assault.
He didn't actually touch me.
Well, I'm just saying, if he does, that's assault.
If he pushed or pushing, that's assault.
Yeah. So when I told Arun that I wouldn't be there on Friday, and then yesterday I asked him, I said, is that enough, or do I need to phone in for being off tomorrow? And he got back to me and he said that no, it was enough that I let him know, so I didn't have to phone in. He said, but I do need to talk to you and Jay separately again. And so then I'm like, it just, and I literally put in the last message to him on Wednesday when I said that I was taking it to the doctor and stuff. I said, right now it feels like I'm being victim shamed
Yeah.
because that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like I'm not being believed.
Well,
Yeah.
your boss should believe every word that comes out of your mouth. Why would you make it up?
Right.
Exactly.
I had a really hard time in a role that I was in several years ago. It was my boss in particular that I had a very difficult time reporting to her. She bullied me constantly. I started keeping track and writing and went to HR. They didn't do anything to help me because they are not there for me, right? They're there for the company. I ended up leaving to work for a different department, had the best boss ever once I moved over there, did really well, got great reviews. It was a really good move for me. So I'm wondering, or I guess I just want to offer some hope that there might be something better, or at least for me, there was something better out there. And it was like my horrible relationship with that boss was the push I needed to move on to the next thing. So if I could just offer some hope that things can get better, they did for me.
There's some good suggestions and questions here, Crystal. La Camellia wants to know if you have a supportive workmate who is there for you.
I don't know anymore.
Okay.
The two ladies that I was able to talk, well, the one lady I was able to really talk to, she retired. And one of the other ladies that I connected with, she retired. I love where I work. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love where I work. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't need this constant not knowing
No,
when
you
he's going to show up.
No, you don't.
I can't see any of the chat right now because I just have the
Okay.
phone.
Well, there was a
So-
suggestion from La Camellia that you have a support person with you when you talk to your boss.
Yeah.
Could Kim come
That's a
with
really
you?
good
And
point.
I wouldn't encourage taping it though, because most workplaces don't like things being recorded on their property.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate. But you'd have to see what your actual work policies are regarding that in state, obviously. But and that's the hardest thing when you are a victim, is the fact that you have to go around making sure that, getting people to believe you, and I'm so sorry, Crystal, because it's really tiring, all the time.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that you've been going through this for so long, because I can see it. You're exhausted, and
Yeah.
I would suggest
Yeah.
going with what your doctor says and just take it one step at a time and make sure you're okay first, and then deal with everything else. Just make sure you're okay. And I know how hard it is to stand up to these sort of people. Got one in my house.
Yeah.
So it's especially if you don't have the confrontation gene in you, try and avoid it as much as possible, and we end up being the ones who aren't believed, because we're quiet.
And Crystal, you deserve so much better. You deserve so
you
much
do.
better. And so did I. And when I moved on to that new team, my previous boss actually got fired after 2 months after I left, like 2 months later. And it was so satisfying to me. It this is a little bit of a tangent, but I was so happy when that happened. But the point was that I had to, with the help of my therapist, I had to see the value that I had and that I deserved better than that work environment that I was in. And then it got better. Once I advocated for myself and moved on, it got so much better. It was a completely different life experience.
Can you take Kim with you when you talk to your boss?
No.
You can't?
She lives 2.5 hours away from me.
Oh, okay. Is
So
and,
I'm
and
gonna
there's no
bounce
other
out because
coworker that can.
my arm's getting tired.
Okay. Okay. Can't hear it. Well, I hate that
Yeah.
it's
Crystal
come to
hug.
this.
Same.
Yeah.
With a crystal hug.
Oh yeah, the crystal hug.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank
That's,
you.
Yeah.
not knowing when the next thing's going to happen is really, because you're always on edge.
Stressful. Yeah. Mm. I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it.
Part of me right now really wishes I could have got into Dawn View. But
Someone else wondered if you are in a place where you have to have consent to film somebody or record them.
well, it's a public place, so I don't see why there should be any issue.
Okay.
Yeah, well, see, here in Australia, we're allowed to film in a public place, but if we're an employee, like say if I was working at Macca's and I wanted to film out the back and all that sort of stuff, that's not allowed. But say if I'm just like a customer, I can film in Macca's because it's a public place. So
Yeah.
What you could do, you could always ask HR. I mean, say, well, they'll tell you that much if you can legally do that, and then all you do is take your phone.
yeah.
And, when he's coming down the aisle, just take it and put it in your pocket so the camera's exposed, and that way you
Yeah.
know.
Oh, I video or I've voice recorded.
Okay.
Certain
Take that with you
at
when you talk
times-
to your boss. Yeah.
yeah.
Take
At
all
times
that with you.
I've voice recorded meetings with management.
Oh, okay.
Because
I meant video recordings of the person bullying you. They need proof. Give them proof.
The thing is, I never know when it's going to happen, and I can't quickly grab my phone out of my pocket and punch a bunch of buttons and get it in time.
I would just put my hand out and just go, one moment, please. And then take your time, get your phone out of your pocket, scroll, take your time, get your little camera up, and then just go like that. You're not screaming. You're not saying a word.
I said, don't blink. Give it a week.
I've got a question. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Crystal. Sorry.
This last one, I literally, when I wrote it out, I gave him an absolute time. And I said to him, I'm giving you a time so you can go and look on the security cameras. I know full well that our security cameras suck. And that chances are he's not going to see anything, but there's your timestamp. I've been giving you timestamps. Start looking at the films.
Yeah.
And if it's not showing it, then get the cameras moved around so that it will.
Can management legally tell him to stay away from you? So that if he even goes near you?
Yeah, file a
Okay.
restraining order. He did assault you. He assaulted you.
They can tell him
It's harassment.
because it's part of, like, he was pretty much given a gag order when it came to talking about the different provisions that he was told he couldn't do. And he went and told people. And thankfully I overheard. So we're able to catch him with that.
Mm-hmm.
He's been
Okay.
told he's not allowed in the store until 15 to 20 minutes before his scheduled shift, which starts at 6. And he was coming in at 20 after 5.
Okay.
He's gotten a tiny bit better on that. Um,
How
but
old
he's
is this
still,
person again?
um, from my understanding, he's in his mid to late 70s.
Oh God, really?
Yeah.
You'd think that people would just grow out of this stuff, wouldn't you?
I've
Well,
got a
and
question. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
sorry, no, go ahead.
I have a question. I'm curious if nothing changed about this situation at all ever, would you be okay with that?
No.
No. Okay. Because I think I'm so stuck. I'm like so angry for you right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it is clear and evident that it seems their hands are tied. They're not able to do anything about this person. And that's the nicest thing that I could think of to say.
Jackass.
Sure. Yeah. Insert insult here.
Mhm.
Community standards don't let me say what I would like to say.
Why can you help me understand? I just want to understand why you're still there. Like why. I'm not judging you. Like this is not meant. I'm and I'm not angry at you, right? I'm angry at the
Yeah.
situation right now. And you just deserve, I know I keep repeating this, but you deserve so much better. And I've been in a similar situation, and getting the you know what out of there was the best thing I ever did for myself. But nobody could do that for me. And so I guess my question is, like, that's why I already asked already. If nothing ever changed, then would you stay? And you said no. And so it's like, what other option is there, than to abort ship? Like, is there another department you can go to? Can you work in a different area? Transfer to a different store or something?
Yeah.
I can't transfer to another store because I have so many mental health needs, and the store has been incredibly accommodating, and some of the bigger stores wouldn't be, for one. Plus, any of the bigger stores,
Sure, like you need money.
yeah, the bigger stores.
Why should you leave?
Or,
He's the one who's doing the wrong thing.
yeah,
But if they're not going to fire him, though, then it's just like, why put up with that kind of management if they're not going to let him go? Like, I understand from an HR perspective, like it takes a lot to fire somebody. They need evidence, they say, more evidence. It takes a lot to fire someone. They're going to have to pay unemployment for him if they fire him. And so I understand. What's
not
that?
necessarily. Depending on the reason that you're let go, they don't have to. In Canada, if you are fired, depending on the circumstances, you will not get unemployment.
So I completely agree with Kenneth. Why should she have to go? He's the problem. I don't disagree with that. I'm not saying that you should leave, Crystal. What I'm saying is that you deserve better. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Let's put it this way. I have worked 24 plus years for this company. The last guy that was bullying me, it took, like, to the extent where it was negatively affecting me, it took almost a year to finally get rid of him. But he's no longer there. He's still in the community. But with this guy, I have been at Walmart. I've been with Walmart as a company for longer than he has. I have been in this store for longer than he has. It's just there's a group that has gotten it in their heads that I'm a problem. And so they're going to bug me, and they're going to do whatever they can to make my life a living uncomfortable. I do my job, and I do my job to the best of my ability.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even through all of this, My areas are kept neat and tidy. My stock is kept up. Everything is kept up. I even have my shelf sets, my modulars, the way the shelves look. I have them pretty much set a week before that they even drop and are supposed to be set. And management knows that. Management knows that, and I guess maybe that's to my detriment because they're not seeing that this is affecting my work.
Yeah.
What they don't see is when I go home and I can't move and I'm not sleeping properly even though I'm on medication that helps me sleep.
Sometimes you have to save yourself. I understand both sides, but your health is in your hands. Choose you.
100%.
What would you do if you could do something different? Do you have
I'm
any
really
idea?
hoping that going on this stress leave will actually help Arun to see that, this has caused, because a couple of years ago I went on stress leave and he kind of knew before I went, but I wasn't giving him for sure's, and he only knew like the day before I left. And it was when I came back that they worked at getting me out of claims and back onto the sales floor. And that was October of 22. And things got so much better once I was out of the back and out of the offices. Mm-hmm. And so I'm hoping that by doing this, he will see that, this really is bothering her more.
Mm-hmm. I hope so,
and
too.
This guy is doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
He's intentional. He knows
Yeah.
what he knows what he's
doing. Like Arun is doing his best, and I don't fault him. I don't. He is trying his damnedest to help me. It's just having to go through all the stupid hoops and everything else.
Bureaucracy.
Yeah.
So, because they've got to save their butts.
Yeah.
I kind of want to be independently wealthy, and I'll go first to Australia, and I'll help Cosmic, and I'll come on up to Canada, and then take that guy's ass, and then let's go.
Well, one of the things that I am working on is getting, it's called a disability tax credit. And the lady that's helping with it, she's been able to help people get out of debt with working with this and get government funding to help with some of this stuff. And even when I get my income tax back, they actually put a letter in there saying that I can possibly have tax benefits because of how much I submit. But like my benefits through work, I need those. Medication, I was paying just 10% until the beginning of May. And now, I was just paying 10%. Now I don't pay anything for medications. I get 90% coverage on like chiropractor and some of the other stuff. So the benefits are amazing. Plus I get a discount on pretty much everything I buy. So the benefits there, yes, I get that unfortunately now they don't cover your benefits, but if I were to retire, I could actually retire from Walmart at any point in time now and still be able to keep my discount because I've been with them for over 20 years.
Okay.
But I don't know where else to go.
Yeah. Rick
Most other
Spicer
companies,
suggested being a movie extra. There's a lot of people in Canada that do that, he says, and they like it.
I've done that before.
yeah, no.
I was gonna say it sounds a little, Crystal, kind of like what we call here the golden handcuffs, because technically I could make more money somewhere else doing IT, but I've got benefits, and I have been there long enough. I get more vacation and those, and I'm civil service, so it's hard to fire me as long as I'm doing my job. They can't. I could bump somebody else who's lower than me on the totem pole, so to speak. But yeah, it does sound a little bit kind of like golden handcuffs a little. Because I get insurance is important. It's really, really important.
Yeah, it is.
And especially
that costs $5,000 retail.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's the stuff for my asthma. It's the shot that was supposed to come Monday, but they didn't get. Okay. I couldn't afford this if I didn't have insurance.
Yeah. Wow.
No.
And I fortunately only have a copay of $60, but still, that's still a lot of money. But
yeah. Every other place, if I were to go any other place, I would start at the bottom again.
Yeah.
And I can't afford to live on $15 an hour.
Man.
Like, I don't make much more than that, but the little bit more that I do get, I can live on.
No one can live on $15 an hour.
And I live in what's classified as an oil town.
Okay.
So there's people that are renting out a single bedroom for over $1,000, and they're getting it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why looking at getting into an apartment, I had to get into subsidized to be able to even afford it.
Yeah.
I think that it's wonderful. I'm pissed right now for you. I'm trying to hold back my frustration for you. But I think it's wonderful that you are looking forward to the time that you have now ahead of you. I think you said 30 days of time in front of you now. I think that's a really wonderful thing that you see positive in that.
Yeah. She said when she signs somebody off for stress leave, she starts with a month. And so I have to go. Pardon?
Do you get paid for stress leave? I don't know how that works.
I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work this time. I've only got 20 hours of sick time banked. And then I would go on what's classified as short-term disability.
Okay.
Which is, I think, when it goes to EI, employment insurance. And if I remember correctly, when that happens, I have to use all my holidays before EI will actually kick in. And if that's the case, there goes my 4 weeks. Actually, I think I've only got 88 hours banked right now for holidays. I get a total of 4 weeks in a year. So,
Okay.
Well, and even short-term disability, I don't know what it's like in Canada, but here it's maybe 60% of your income.
yeah,
So it's
I think
still
that's about it.
it's still really, it makes it really hard to afford to live. Even, I mean, maybe because the rent, but yeah.
We do have, and I hate to even think that I might have to use it, but I might be able to work something out with my friend with it. We have something that's called food mesh, and it's not the food bank, but it's a place where you can go and get some food if you need it. And I find those places really hard to access. But one of my good friends, or I guess she's a good friend. She's somebody who a couple of years ago said to me, she saw me and she's like, "Oh, how are you doing?" She says, "You know, Crystal, you still are family." She goes to a different church in the community, and I've known her since before I even opened up about my story.
Okay.
And so I know that if push comes to shove, I can probably just ask her if there's some way to do this without having to be there when there's other people.
Okay.
I know I'll figure it out. I usually do. Things usually come out that make it so that I can keep going.
Yeah. Right on. Right on.
And when I'm not working, I'm not spending as much. So,
yeah.
Saving gas.
yeah.
Which is good.
Well, that, and when I'm not working, I don't go into our store.
Yeah.
I'll go into the Walmarts in Saskatoon, which is 2 hours away, but I will not go into my home store. And
Was
part of
that
that
was that
started
even was that even before this person started harassing you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started doing that when I was still in claims and close to the beginning of living here, because I would go in with a friend of mine to do my shopping because I didn't have a vehicle, so I was having to rely on others if I needed bigger items. And every time I would go in there, I would have somebody bombarding me and asking questions. Well, what do I do about this? I'm not working. Leave me alone. So finally it just got easier to, no, if I didn't get it, then I either don't get it until I go back, or I go and pay more at one of the other stores in town. So
Can you still get the discount doing online shopping, or do you have to show a card or something?
Yep, I can do it. And because now that we have pickup, I can actually, one of the ladies that I work with is actually, I know she would do it, that if I ordered stuff online, she'd be willing to pick it up and drop it off for me. So if push comes to shove, I'll do that, but it would mean trying to figure it all out.
I just wanted to share something that's pretty exciting for me because I don't see it all that often. There's a kookaburra on my fence right now.
Nice.
Aww.
Yeah.
Aww.
So I put a photo up in the Facebook group. It's just sitting in the rain.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. They're pretty cute. And actually they're because I used to have a whole bunch of birds that came to me when I lived in Rainbow Beach. So I lived on a top deck and I used to throw food out for everything. So we had goannas walking around on the ground, and so I'd throw chicken down to the goanna and all that sort of stuff. But kookaburras, they eat chicken. They don't have a solid beak, so when they bite you, it doesn't feel like a proper bite. It just feels like two coconuts clipping together. Yeah.
Hilarious
It's pretty
visual.
cute. Yeah.
And they look so cool.
They do.
Yeah, they sound really cool too. They do sound like they're laughing. So. I won't do it for you here.
Have you ever heard the Kookaburra song? Have you ever heard the Kookaburra song? The one that goes, Kookaburra
which one?
in the old gum tree, Mary, Mary, King of the bushes.
On the bushes, he's
Kookaburra,
Kookaburra
gay our life must be.
And
Yeah,
I
we used to
the
sing
only one
that
who does
in
not know
primary
this
school.
song.
Well, we used to I was in the choir as a kid, and we used to sing that all the time. All the Aussie songs, like our song over here for Christmas is Six White Boomers. It's singing about 6 white kangaroos jumping across the fields in the blazing sun. Yeah, no, it's really cool. But I really love Australia. You know, when we were driving down to Sydney, and we drove through the Blue Mountains, which I've never been through before. It's beautiful, you know, and it's just I just feel so lucky to live in a country where the scenery changes so quickly and so stunningly. And we could have driven through the snow, so it's really wild. So yeah, and also I got more good news. My old insurance company, when I had my car accident, 2019 was my car accident. That's when my policy ended. They give me money back. So I rang them yesterday because I thought it was a scam. It won't be very much because it was only a year policy. But I was like, oh my gosh, because it was my policy number. I'm like, how did these scammers get my policy number? So I rang the insurance company and it says, oh no, not a scam. And I was like, what? Now this sounds like a scam. But yeah, and they're just going to put the money back into my account. I'm just like, cool. I just want to know it's not a scam. Yeah. So, you know, and it's just like Crystal, you know, I do believe that things are going to work out.
Yeah, I do too.
Through these, you know, these tough moments in life. And it seems that life is like a ebb and flow. Life seems a bit bipolar, if you want to be.
Yeah. Well, of the original ones that have been a thorn on my side these last few years, 2 of them are gone. There's just this guy and 2 more. And I have a feeling once this guy is gone, the other guy will probably disappear. And the female, once those guys are gone, I have a feeling she'll settle down again.
Okay.
Because she's one that I used to be able to talk to and visit with and stuff. And it's just these guys have gotten to her. And
oh, wow. Wow.
like she literally, she was hard on me as soon as it was announced that I was going to the sales floor. And of course, I'm under what's kind of classified as special projects, where I only answer to management and I do certain jobs, and that's it, because of the mental and physical disabilities.
Okay.
But she was really giving me a rough time since then, and at one point I saw her, she literally could barely move when she would get there in the morning because she wasn't feeling that good. And I'm like, I hope you're feeling better. I said, go home. Like, if you're that sick, why are you even here? And she drives from out of town. And she actually said to me the one time, she said, kind of across the back room, she says to me, she says, why are you so nice to me when I've been such a bear to you? And I'm like, everybody has bad days. And she's like, yeah, but it's been a few months. And it's like, whatever.
Because you choose to not be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I would rather just ignore people.
Yeah. Black Cat's right. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thank you.
I was actually saying this to my friends the other day. It's so tiring constantly being because I'm having to be a little bit nastier than I normally would be, just because, you know, the nastier I am, the keeps them away kind of thing. And it's exhausting, like, you know, because I have to think about it, you know. So these people who are just that way continually, I just think, does it come naturally, or do they have to think about it too? Because if they're having to think about it, God, the amount of effort they put into to making other people's lives and their own, by extension, miserable, when it's so easy just to be nice, you know. It's so easy just to be nice, you know.
I mean, kindness is a virtue. I had a therapist tell me one time that if you don't show your teeth every once in a while, people are going to start to think you don't have any. So I agree that kindness is a virtue, but I also think that it would be totally appropriate if this ever happens again, when you go back, to say something like, if he starts approaching you again, to say, leave me alone, or something like that.
Yeah. You are well within your rights to say that.
It's really easy to say it, and it's really hard to do it in that moment, though.
I know.
That's true.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
I know it is.
I kind of got a really bad rap when I was in claims, because I was by the book, and if you're not doing your job right, I can't do my job right. And so a lot of people began to hate me because of me pushing back on them like that. And I think that's where it stems from. But I think it also possibly stems from the fact that customers and staff alike see how much cleaner the areas that I work in are. And they can't keep their areas that clean.
Yeah.
Part of it also, he wants my trailer.
Who wants your trailer?
This guy.
The abuser?
He flips places. And a couple of years ago, when I was looking to sell, I was talking with one of the ladies at work who happens to be part of this group, and she said, "Oh, well, would you consider selling to Jay?" And I'm like, "Oh, I would kind of consider it, maybe." And then I got thinking afterwards, do I really want somebody that I'm working with going into the place that I have called home for so long and poured a lot of my money and stuff into, to have them come to work and, oh, this is how she lives and yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, no, not going to do it. And I told my real estate agent when I listed 3 months ago that he was not allowed to look at my trailer.
Okay.
And I gave her the name, and I said, if he even wants to look at it, I won't sell to him. So, and she said, well, that might hurt you. And I said, I am not having my abuser from work come into my personal space.
Yeah.
And see the things that I have in my personal space.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that. I wouldn't want to
I
either.
get it too. Totally.
Yep. So I think he might be a little sore about that, because he might have heard me talking to.
And it sounds like a him problem, but he's making it a you problem.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that's kind of why, because this has escalated since I put the trailer on the market.
Okay.
So.
Well, put on your big boy panties and deal with it. Stupid old man.
Oh.
You don't get everything you want in life. It doesn't work that way.
Well, and I know somebody who was looking for a place to rent, and he was willing to rent to them. And she went and she saw the place that he had, and she says, he's just a big slumlord.
Oh, yeah. Well, you really don't. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
I don't even know why he's working. He can barely see. He's driving over 3/4 of, no, an hour and a half every day to work, to and from.
What
And
is
he's in his late 70s.
What is retirement age in Canada? Like here, I don't know exactly. I think it's still 67. I'm a Gen Xer, but I've heard somebody else say that it's like 70 to retire. Do you have like your retirement in Canada?
I don't really know. Most people, I think, still retire about 65. But you get the ones that are retiring early, like as early as 50, and some that are keeping part-time jobs, or some even keep full-time jobs just because they want something to do. The one lady that I was able to really talk to, she's in her 80s, I think she said. And I'm like, no, there's no way you're that old. Like, she was about my dad's age. And I couldn't believe it. She was young and spry and full of life, and she just retired. So it all depends.
I'll be working for my fabric addiction. I'm gonna be honest. I'm going to be working part-time in some fabric store for a discount.
And look, and I know this is no excuse, but maybe he's still doing this because he doesn't have much else in life, and
clearly
that he's been horrible because of that, you know. And it's not, and I'm not giving an excuse, but as you said earlier, we never know what's going on in someone's personal life behind the scenes. So
doesn't give their
I guess, in a way,
excuse.
Exactly, it's no excuse. It's no excuse at all, and it's like I've spent my whole life making excuses for people, my mother, my daughter, and I thought I wasn't, because I'm always like, you know, there's just because you've had a bad childhood or, you know, you've got a disability, it's no excuse for being a terrible person, because there's plenty of people out there who have those things and they're not being horrible, you know. So I don't think it's an excuse at all, but it does kind of explain a lot, because I'm, you know, and my biggest mistake was making excuses for people and letting them get away with things when they shouldn't, and you know, and it's just, but I guess in life you just sort of put up with what you got to put up with to get through, sort of thing, you know, until you don't have to anymore. And that's a lot of reasons why, you know, talking about that DV situation, people always ask, why don't you leave? Well, if it was that easy, you would. And it's the same in this sort of situation, you know. If it was that easy to leave, you would have done it already. So, so I had deep, we're here for you, whatever you do, and however long it takes, we'll support you, you know. We got you.
As crazy as it sounds, like a lot of people, it's so good that you've been with the same company for so long, and yet and they're also so encouraging. But part of me, I can hold it over my brothers, because I have been at the same company as long as I have, and they haven't been able to. So it's like me. But part of it too is I'm too scared to start over. I'm 46 with osteoarthritis in my feet, which is now confirmed, and my spine. And my knees. My knees was also confirmed a few years ago when my spine was. I don't have very good physical or mental health. And a lot of places aren't going to work with you. That is one thing that Walmart has been really good at. They work with me. So I'm kind of scared to start over.
I understand that.
What would be your best case scenario, Crystal, if you could have any outcome in this thing at all, just with the tap
Him
of
gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Him gone.
Okay.
out of there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's never. I'm not going to say that. I was going to be inappropriate.
Well, let's put it this way: the first guy that was really bad. I had heard that he had been off, and then I heard that he had quit. And in front of my personnel manager, I said, "Oh, I hear that B has quit." And she said, "Yeah, he's quit." And I went, "Yes!" And she looked at me in horror, and she's like, "You do realize he's got terminal cancer?" I'm like, yeah, sorry." And he's no longer with us, but yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's probably not the best response, but I said, yeah, well, for what was going on with him when he was here, it's appropriate. So,
With
Well, do you feel? Go
with
ahead.
the shopping cart, I'm curious if anybody knows, would that be something that could be reported to the police with the shopping cart?
I was wondering about that myself because that was assault.
the only thing is they would need video evidence, and
They
I
can
don't
get it.
know if there's
There's a law.
actually,
They can ask for the video surveillance. You have a timestamp.
yeah. The only problem is our security system is over 17 years old,
Okay.
and it is not the greatest. There is times they have troubles.
They can probably work around that. They probably got software that clears things up. I mean, it's part of law enforcement to deal with security cameras.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. See, one of my close friends is actually one that comes in and does when there's internal theft within the store. He's the one that comes in and does the investigations and is there for the arrests. And so he has told me, and I've been in the security office and seen how bad the footage is. And it's sometimes hard even in the best places. And what a lot of people don't realize is every one of those orbs that looks like it's a security camera doesn't have a security camera actually in it. They just have them in key places. They can be moved around, so nobody actually knows where they are at a certain given time. But
okay,
yeah, the deterrence
rather than the security cameras are not great. Nonetheless, there's nothing stopping you from filling out a police report for an assault. There's nothing to stop you from that. What they do to investigate it is on them.
Yeah, well, see, that's exactly what I've done. Is I've had to there's things where, in my particular instance, I've reported the dates and the times and the instance, and even just the report is going to help in the future because I've made the report, an official report to police. That and they at the time they didn't do anything about it because there wasn't enough evidence. But once I do produce the evidence. This is a full criminal case. It's a little. I'm not sure if it's different for work type stuff, but I'm sure they need at least exactly the same type of evidence because they're going to cover their butts legally as far as employment laws and all that sort of stuff. So, but just me, as I said, just me making the reports, and I've got diaries and kept texts and all that sort of stuff. So it all relates. So even the text to your boss that you've made recently, that's evidence. Because it all ties in. So sure, you might not have visual evidence or, audio evidence, but you've at least got reports.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
You're making it count.
Well, and the thing is too, I knew that management was actually going to talk to him right after I left on Tuesday because he literally said to the, Arun said to the other manager, he said, go and find JF, do not page him, get him to come to the back office. And so I knew that they were going to be talking to him right away. And I have a feeling that he probably would have been spinning the tale that I hit him because he kept looking at the back of his hand. So I don't know if he was bleeding or what. I don't care. But I had already told them before this guy could even get to management to say anything. I had already told management what had happened. So.
Hello, Love It and Angel Wings from the Lifeboat. This is Needing a Meeting. It's a Ripple channel, and this is not the Lifeboat. We're just people that are part of the Lifeboat, and we have a channel. It's called Needing a Meeting.
And we talk about
Well,
all
do you
sorts
feel
of stuff.
better, Crystal, at all? Have we given you any food for thought?
Yeah, you've helped a lot.
Good.
I guess too, it's just there's going to be a lot of tears this next little while.
Yeah.
Just as my body calms down.
Yeah.
And learns that it's okay to be.
Yeah, right on.
And crying releases endorphins, so
yeah.
you tend to, even though it's one of the reasons why it happens, it makes us feel a little bit better afterwards. So I always cry in the shower because it feels like I'm washing it away. So if I want to start, if I feel like there's something I really want to think about and I've been upset, which has been a lot lately, I'll stand in the shower and it's kind of like it just washes everything away. It's kind of like a I wouldn't say spiritual, but it's like a mental thing as well, So, and I get out feeling fresh, and clean and ready to start again. And because I shower every day, it happens every day. Start again every day. Yeah.
Well, then, because all my doctors are in the city, I asked him to come with me today, and so I've actually been here since last night at her place, and I'm going to help them with a garage sale tomorrow, and then go home Sunday morning. And so at least I have supports for the first couple of days.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
So.
Yeah, a little change of scenery, a little change of mental, your mental energy somewhere else. In other words,
that's
right.
Yeah,
that'll be good.
So.
That'll be.
But I wanted to jump on and let you guys know what's been going on. And
okay, thank you for doing that. And Izzy E says, my heart goes out to you, Crystal. You deserve to be safe anywhere, and especially at your place of work.
Yes, that's right. Agreed.
Oh,
yeah. And I will again. Yeah. It just takes a little while.
Right on.
So if I don't hear of anything getting done in the next couple of weeks or so, I kind of want to reach out to our used to be called district, now they're called market leaders, and see if I can talk to him. And
okay, there you go.
Maybe it'll help. I don't know. But because technically he is over top of HR. So
okay, good deal.
I do know that I can go all the way up to the CEO of Walmart Canada if I needed to, and not that I think I'll need to, but
Yeah. So what's everybody up to for the rest of the weekend? Oh, it's your long weekend there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is what I'm up to.
Oh, those look beautiful, Rebecca.
Is that going to be one quilt with all those colors?
Yes.
It is going to
be actually it's going to be 2 quilts. This is coming in June. It's going to be making that quilt with
wow.
And then this quilt with white. And this 12-piece
one
will make both of those.
Nice.
I'm a good
That's
I
partial
love
to
it.
rainbows.
I love rainbows.
Fondle,
Yeah.
fondle, fondle. You
Yes.
fondler.
I am a fond. I am a fondler. Yes. And I'll be
Angel
doing
Wing
my
says, love
So,
it,
yeah, that's my-
guys. I love to help others. I've been through it all. Glad to have this as a single mother with no help and finally getting my own apartment and better job. I know how hard it is. She's been
great to have you.
commenting a lot of things, but I haven't interrupted what's being said to read the comments out loud. But I wanted to acknowledge that she's been,
Yeah.
yeah. There's been a
I'll
lot of support
probably-
for you.
Maybe.
If
Yeah.
you can go back and
I'll
rewatch
probably
it,
go back and rewatch. Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of comments for you, and
If
a lot
I-
of food for thought.
If I can offer one more thing, in university, I had a professor who I did my senior year capstone with, and he nailed this into our brain. He would always say, documentation, documentation, documentation. If it isn't documented, it didn't happen. So I think keeping track of, moving forward, even if you haven't done it so far, keeping track of things that make you uncomfortable once you get back to work is a really good policy, because even if they don't do anything with it in the moment, like I turned that into HR when I had my issue with that boss. I handed that over, and it took a lot of courage to do that, but I did it, and I didn't see any immediate results. But then, like I said, a few months later, she was let go. And I don't know if my report had anything to do with that, but I would like to think that it did.
Yep.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah, the
part
only
of
good thing my dad ever taught me as well is to document everything, and he did it so well. He documented his lies. He had a whole book about it. So,
oh no.
yeah, but it stuck with me. You write everything down. If you write it down, at least because if it's happening to you, you're more likely to want to write it down. The other person's not going to remember. So, and if you write down a little bit of notes about what's happening that day, it jogs your memory, and you're actually able to give a clearer recollection of what's happened. And they'll just be like, because I bet you he's not walking around thinking that he's affecting you this much.
Mm-hmm.
It's and that's the biggest
Probably
thing.
not. He probably knows he's affecting me at least some, and so he's continuing to do it.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably
But,
getting some enjoyment from it while he's at work, but he's probably not walking around thinking about it. And that's something that's really gets to me, because I know exactly it's just they're not walking around, like they're not sitting in misery and being sad and having their lives affected. They're just doing their stuff and then walking away, and it's all good for them, and that's what gets me. That's what gets my goat. So it's just so we just, and I guess we've just got to try and deal with it and try not to let it affect us, because then they win. So
exactly.
Even if they're not in a competition, we still can't let them win. But I'm hoping that I don't have anyone here this weekend, so I can clean the house and
Yay! Yes.
Everything.
Just tell them straight up, don't be here this weekend.
Well, see, I find that difficult. But I did change the lock. Well, because it's a, what do you call it? It's a key lock, so I can take out codes whenever I want. So I took his code off, and I've locked all the doors. So he's going to have to let me know before he gets here, because I don't want him just to rock up. And also, I sent him a whole bunch of.
You can opt to not answer the door. You can opt to not answer the door.
But he was supposed to give me some rent money yesterday, and so I said, "Where's the money?" And so I think because I say that, he won't come near me until he's got no money. So
okay.
So hopefully it's all good. But I'll do what I've got to do. What I got to do to get through. So until I don't have to anymore. So, but it's all G. I'm gonna turn my music up and play some Switch and play in the kitchen.
Jen Marie's got her live going. If you guys want to head over to Misha has just put the link to her channel. And
I've got it playing in the background so she gets the hours until I can get
Right
them
on.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's really nice.
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, what do you guys think? Have we had a meeting?
Sure
Yes.
have. Love you guys. Love yous.
In the chat, let me know if you feel like we've had a meeting with a 3, as in a heart, or a 2 if you still need a meeting.
Do the baby heart.
I cannot do
Yeah.
the heart. There we go. There's a heart. Kind of.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Mhm.
You gave
Yeah.
me an outlet for my frustration. I was like super on edge, and now I'm just like, I'm pissed, and I feel better now too.
Woohoo!
Have the dogs stopped barking?
Actually, they did. Isn't that amazing? They've been barking all day, and I haven't muted my mic for quite some time now. They're, for now, quiet.
Woohoo!
Nice.
I'm gonna head off and see what everybody else is doing.
Right on.
Me too. I'm
Thanks,
gonna head
guys.
over.
Have a
To
good
Jen.
weekend.
Yeah. Thanks.
I love
to
you
see
guys.
Love you.
Love you.
See you
Yeah.
Monday.
ya.
I'm gonna go too.
Yes.
Have a great weekend.
You too, Rebecca.
You too, Rebecca. Sorry, I don't know why I was silent there. I was thinking, I'm going to roll out next. I'm just going to keep the domino effect going. So thank you so much. It's always a
Thank
pleasure.
you, Tara. Always good. Thank you. Bye. All righty. Well, thanks you guys for a great meeting. Let me get this comment off here, and let's see. There we go. Great meeting, you guys. I know that was a hard thing. It's hard when someone's suffering. It's hard to just know that they're anyway. So thank you for being a support to her. She'll go back and watch and see all your wonderful comments and your care and your love, and so yeah, thank you for that. And thank you for being part of this community. You guys rock my world in the best possible way. I love each and every one of you, and I'm so appreciative of you. Thanks for all that you bring. Hope to see you again next meeting, which will be Monday at 3:40 Central Time. And until then, peace, y'all.